What are some common themes that you've picked up on when you are practicing naturopathic medicine?
Gosh, everything from anxiety, depression, hormonal imbalance, a lot of skin issues, psoriasis, eczema, psoriasis after sexual abuse, psoriasis after, stuff with their parents as well, a lot of digestive issues. So physical issues related to gut health, as well as food and diet, and also issues related to emotional trauma and stress, both physical health issues as well as anxiety and depression. I've had
Yeah.
wonderful cases of OCD resolve, using homeopathy, using diet changes and nutritional supplements. People are washing their hands a lot or afraid to step on the floor or afraid of getting contaminated by germs. So this is all coming from an imbalance of neurotransmitters or previous trauma or generational trauma. And when you understand the pattern in a person's life, you can easily heal these things and give them back their life.
Yeah, the past traumas can definitely create more stress and cortisol to build up in the body,
Mhm.
which causes inflammation. And um, and I noticed that my clients will always say some traumatic event or some stressful event caused their problem, and
Absolutely.
that's what happens is when your sympathetic nervous system becomes on overdrive and your fight response it just won't turn off, and then your adrenal glands are constantly just producing cortisol, and that those stress levels are just building up inside. So
Right. Also unresolved. You see what happens is unresolved trauma stays in the limbic system. So present day stress triggers those old traumas. So you're hyper responsive to life. And there's so much stress from that right now. Cell phones, deadlines, financial issues, marital issues, etc. So you're right. The adrenal glands are on overdrive and they get exhausted. Then you get into a cortisol imbalance. And when that happens, actually, your thyroid levels start dropping and your gut, so you have this gut with a nice lining, and when that gets damaged and with holes in it, you get leaky gut and toxins go into the bloodstream.
mhm.
So tying that back to cortisol levels, when your cortisol levels are out of balance, then the thyroid levels in your gut are down, are less, right? And so thyroid hormone is needed for these cells to stick together in your gut. So when your thyroid hormones are less, then the gut becomes more leaky as well. So there's multiple causes for leaky gut.
Mhm.
And so adrenal stress causes cortisol imbalance, thyroid level imbalance, then leaky gut. And that's why people's eczema and health conditions flare up when they're stressed. So by resolving trauma, healing your emotions as well, and feeling less stressed over time and less triggered, then you're less prone also to leaky gut. So it's not only about changing the diet and probiotics, it's also about healing the emotions.
Yeah, and I combine everything when I help clients. And
Awesome.
when I had my huge flare up last year, it was a combination of leaky gut from eating the wrong foods,
Mhm.
and uh, stress from having my phone and wallet stolen. So all my credit cards, my IDs, all that stolen at a concert, and
Right.
that triggered my body to just have so much inflammation inside that I was
Hmm.
getting eczema all over. Let's talk about leaky gut, because I'm convinced that so many people have it and they just don't know. And then they
Hmm.
experience so many symptoms, whether that's in the skin or joints or muscles or mental fatigue. And there's so many medical conditions can come from leaky gut.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so you have a stomach and intestines, and your intestines are like a nice tube, a nice lining, right? Kept healthy by good bacteria and good food.
Hmm.
And over time, with antibiotic use, poor diet, etc., this lining gets damaged. The good bacteria get killed off. And when that happens, then the cells become more leaky, and then toxins go into the bloodstream and cause inflammation everywhere. Your gut lining also has a lot of immune cells, right? And so when that mucosa gets damaged, these immune cells get activated by all the stuff that's going into your gut, and that causes chronic inflammation everywhere. And then all that inflammation then goes to the liver. So when that happens, your liver becomes more toxic and stagnant, and it produces less bile. When it produces less bile, you get more gas, bloating, constipation, and a worsening of leaky gut. So the cycle goes on and on and on.
Hmm.
So a lot of people focus on leaky gut. However, in my online course and in my book, I show you how to heal the liver with specific herbs and homeopathic remedies. Especially the online course has very specific homeopathic remedies. And by healing the liver and detoxifying the liver, you have less toxicity, then you also help the gut repair well, because remember, your liver produces bile, which creates the right environment for your probiotics, your good bacteria, to flourish in your gut.
Mm-hmm.
And if your liver is not producing enough bile because it's intoxicated or, you know, all clogged up, then your probiotics will not flourish. Yeah. And then you'll get leaky gut no matter what type of stuff you're taking. So always remember to heal your liver alongside with your gut.
Yep. Yep. Great points.